Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. And today we're taking on video games.
Oh, yeah.
But not just...
Not just the games themselves, right?
Yeah, not just like the games or whatever. We're going way deeper.
Deeper into how this whole thing works?
Yeah, like the whole industry, like how it evolved.
The business.
The business, yeah, the trends, the tech, the whole ecosystem.
The ecosystem.
And to get there, we've got some really cool stuff to work with.
Oh, yeah.
We got articles and analysis and even this clip from another podcast.
I love it when we get audio.
I know, me too. It's so fun.
It spices things up.
It really does.
So are you ready to jump in?
I am so ready. Let's go.
Okay, well, our sources start us off.
Okay.
In the early days of personal computers.
Ah, okay.
Gaming was super niche then, mostly because it cost so much to even get started.
Yeah, you're talking like the era of like floppy disks and dial-up.
Exactly.
But wasn't that also when arcades were like
Oh, yeah.
blowing up and becoming this huge social thing?
That's right.
Right.
Suddenly these dimly lit rooms with glowing cabinets,
Yeah.
they drew people in with promises of pixelated glory.
And it was all about the high score.
Right.
Like bragging rights.
Bragging rights, absolutely.
Okay, so we've got PCs over here and arcades over there.
Yeah, the arcades were like this cultural earthquake.
Really?
Oh, yeah, especially in Japan.
Okay.
Our Japanese sources, they really emphasize how pivotal this moment was. Like, before arcades, gaming was pretty solitary, right? You're alone with your computer.
Yeah.
But arcades, they made gaming social.
That's true.
It was this shared experience.
Yeah, like all those joysticks.
The sounds
Oh, yeah, and the sounds, those iconic 8-bit soundtracks.
and the frenzy,
Yes.
the energy in those places was insane.
Okay, so arcades, they turned gaming into this like social phenomenon,
Yeah.
and now I can practically hear those coins clinking in the machines.
You too?
But the industry wasn't going to be stuck
Oh, wait.
in those arcades forever, right?
Definitely not forever.
So what happened next?
So technology kept getting better and cheaper.
Okay.
It's a big driver.
Yeah.
But it was also that desire for accessibility.
Okay.
Like bringing the arcade fun home.
Okay, so that's when home consoles
Exactly.
start to rise.
Rise of the home console.
Yeah, consoles like the NES and Sega Genesis.
Oh, man, those were iconic.
I know, like they weren't just gaming devices, they were cultural touchstones.
They really were.
Like suddenly families were gathering around the TV playing Mario Kart together.
I still play Mario Kart with my family.
Like two.
It's a classic.
Okay, so consoles, they made gaming more mainstream.
Yeah, definitely broadened the appeal.
Okay, so that's PCs to arcades to consoles,
And it's about to get even more personal.
more personal, even more.
Oh, yeah.
What could be more personal than playing in your living room with your family?
Think even smaller.
What's smaller than a living room?
How about your pocket?
Oh, you're talking mobile.
Mobile gaming changed the game.
For sure. I mean, everyone's got a smartphone.
Right, suddenly you've got this powerful gaming device in your pocket all the time.
So it's like mobile gaming turned our phones into these like portable arcades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that accessibility,
Okay.
that paved the way for the free-to-play model.
Oh, yeah, free to play.
That was a revolution.
It was a revolution in how games make money, right?
Huge impact on the industry's economics.
Yeah, because you've got these really sophisticated games
Totally.
that anyone can play.
And for free.
Yeah, no upfront cost.
It sounds like a dream come true.
Well, it does sound like a dream,
Right.
but is there a catch?
There's always a catch, right?
Right.
So yeah, free-to-play opens the doors for tons of players.
Mhm.
Like millions of more people can play games now.
That's true. That's pretty amazing.
Right. But it also brought new challenges.
Like what kind of challenges?
Well, like how do you keep things balanced
Yeah.
between players who spend money
Oh, yeah.
on in-game purchases
Right?
versus players who don't?
That's a good question, yeah.
How do you make a game that's engaging for both?
And fair to everyone.
It's like walking a tightrope, right?
It is, absolutely.
You want to reward people for spending money,
Yeah.
but you don't want to alienate the people who are playing for free.
Right.
And that makes you think, like,
Yeah.
are these games actually free?
Right. Is free just a marketing tactic?
Yeah. Or are they like subtly pushing you to spend?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
This is where the psychology comes in.
The psychology of free to play.
Yeah. Think about those limited time offers.
Oh, yeah.
Like those exclusive items that you can only get if you pay.
Oh, I know those all too well.
We've all been there.
I've definitely fallen for those.
Yeah, it's tapping into something very human,
What do you mean?
that instant gratification,
Oh, yeah.
the desire to compete,
Yeah.
and FOMO.
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Exactly, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah. FOMO is real.
And game designers, they know how to use it.
It's pretty fascinating how they do that.
It is. They've really mastered that art. It's like they've tapped into our deepest desires.
Totally.
But doesn't this also make you think about the lifespan of games?
It does, yeah.
Like if a game isn't making enough money through those in-app purchases, it could get shut down.
Right, even if people love playing it.
Yeah, so developers are in this constant battle to keep people engaged.
Keep them playing and spending.
Yeah, keep the lights on.
Exactly. It makes you think about the sustainability of it all.
It does, yeah.
So in this whirlwind of free-to-play and making money, where do original ideas fit in?
Right. Like, are we just going to see the same familiar faces?
Yeah, that's the question.
Over and over again.
Developers are grappling with that right now.
Yeah.
Like, do we stick with known intellectual property or do we nurture original game IPs?
It's like a crossroads.
It is, totally.
You can go down the familiar path.
Right, the comfort of a known franchise.
You already have a built-in audience.
Exactly. People already love it.
Yeah. But what happens if the game doesn't meet their expectations?
Oh, that's a risk.
We've seen it happen, right?
Oh, yeah. Games based on popular stuff that just fall flat.
Yeah, they don't capture the essence.
Right, and the fans get mad.
Yeah, backlash.
Backlash. It can be brutal.
So using existing IP, it's a high-wire act.
For sure, you got to understand what makes it special.
Yeah.
What resonates with the fans.
And translate that into a fun game.
Exactly. It can't just be a cash grab.
Right. You don't want to just slap a familiar name on it.
Exactly. You got to respect the source material.
Okay, so what about the other path?
The other path.
Yeah, creating a new IP.
Ah, that's like stepping into the unknown.
Yeah.
Building a whole new universe.
Yeah, new characters.
Lore. The whole works.
It's a lot more work.
It is.
You're not just making a game, you're making a whole world.
Right. You could create the next big thing.
So it's high risk.
Definitely high risk.
But also high reward.
Absolutely. But the challenge, how do you get noticed?
Right. You don't have that built-in fan base.
It's like trying to be heard in a stadium full of people shouting.
That's a great analogy.
Right. So much competition.
Okay, so that's a perfect segue into the world of indie games.
The indie scene.
Yeah, because it's all about passion and creativity.
So much talent.
Yeah, and often just the sheer determination of these small teams.
They're the heart and soul of the industry.
Yeah, it's like a microcosm of the whole gaming world.
It is. And they push the boundaries.
Oh, yeah. They're not afraid to experiment.
Totally. And they tell amazing stories.
Yeah, stories that might not get told by the bigger studios.
Exactly. They're taking risks.
It's like a wildfire of talent.
And it's spreading fast.
Yeah, it's fueled by like accessible development tools.
And digital distribution.
Yeah, like anyone with a vision and some coding skills can make a game.
And share it with the world.
That's amazing.
It is. But that accessibility also has a downside.
What do you mean?
Some people call it the indie-apocalypse.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that term.
Remember that stadium analogy? Oh, yeah. Well, now imagine everyone in that stadium is an indie developer.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of people.
And they all have a game.
So how do you even get noticed?
It's tough.
Yeah, it's not enough to just make a great game.
Nope.
You have to market it.
You got to build a community.
And somehow cut through all that noise.
Exactly. It's a real David and Goliath situation.
But even with all those challenges, the indie scene is still thriving.
Oh, yeah. It's a testament to their passion.
Okay, so we've got indie games over here.
Yeah.
What about the other end of the spectrum?
The other end?
Yeah, those massive AAA games.
Ah, the titans of the industry.
Yeah, we're talking huge teams.
Budgets that rival Hollywood.
Billions of dollars.
And the graphics.
Oh, yeah, cutting-edge visuals.
Jaw-dropping stuff.
It's a different world.
It is. High stakes.
Yeah, and the pressure.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
Years of development.
Millions on the line.
You must be like working in a pressure cooker.
It's a constant balancing act between pushing boundaries and being commercially viable.
Right. You've got talented people.
Oh, yeah.
Who want to make something amazing.
They're passionate.
Yeah, but they also have to sell millions of copies.
To justify the cost.
So it's not enough to just be visually stunning.
Right.
It has to resonate with players.
You got to capture their imaginations.
Okay, so we've talked about the evolution of gaming.
Yeah.
We've talked about different business models.
Big challenges.
The challenges.
Indie versus AAA.
Yeah. Is there a secret formula?
Is there a magic recipe for success?
Like, after all this, is there a common thread?
That ties it all together.
Yeah, what makes a game truly great?
What makes it a hit?
And that's what we're going to delve into in our next segment.
I can't wait.
Me too, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back. All right, so is there like a magic formula for making a hit game?
Right, like what's the secret sauce?
Well, our sources say it's less about a recipe.
Okay.
and more about understanding some core principles.
Okay, so what are these principles? What makes a game stand out from the crowd?
One of the biggest takeaways is adaptability.
Adaptability, okay.
Yeah, like the gaming world's always changing, right?
Always. Yeah. New tech, new trends, players want different things.
Exactly. So resting on your laurels.
Sticking to what worked before,
Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
you got to stay ahead of the curve.
You got to ride that wave of change.
So being flexible is key.
Absolutely. And that goes beyond just the tech stuff.
Okay, like else?
Like being responsive to the market,
Okay.
understanding what players are craving,
Yeah.
being willing to experiment.
It's like you're sensing a pattern here.
I am, are you?
Yeah, it's all about flexibility.
Totally.
Both in how you make the game and in how you understand the players.
Yes. Speaking of understanding players.
Yeah, how do developers know what we want before we even know we want it?
Right. It's like they need a crystal ball or something.
I know, it's crazy.
Well, instead of a crystal ball,
Okay.
they need a deep understanding of player psychology.
Okay, player psychology.
Yeah, our sources really emphasize that.
So it's not just about making a pretty game.
Nope.
It's about understanding what makes us tick.
Exactly. What motivates us?
What do we like? What do we hate?
What kind of stories grab us?
So they're tapping into, like, our primal desires.
That's a good way to put it.
So a game could have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, the latest tech.
Yeah, amazing graphics.
But if it doesn't connect with us on some level,
Yeah,
it's not going to be a hit.
it's got to speak to something deeper.
Totally. Like, I didn't know I needed this in my life.
But now I can't live without it.
Exactly. That element of surprise.
Yeah, the thrill of discovery.
That's what hooks players.
And having a lot of successful games
Yeah.
kind of found the sweet spot.
A sweet spot. Okay.
Yeah, between something familiar
Yeah.
and something totally new.
You mean like taking a well-known genre?
Yeah, like a genre we all know,
Okay.
but then twisting it.
Putting a spin on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like making it fresh.
But still enjoyable.
So it's like meeting our expectations,
Yeah.
but also surprising us.
Give me an example.
Okay, well, think about some of your favorite games. The
Well,
ones that really stand out.
yeah.
They usually did something
They
different.
took a risk.
Yeah, maybe a new gameplay mechanic.
Or a thought-provoking
They're cool. Just told the story in a cool way.
Like, we didn't even know we wanted that.
But then it blew our minds.
Exactly. It's like they tapped into something.
Like a collective unconscious desire.
Whoa. That's deep.
It's pretty cool, though.
It is, and this applies to everyone.
Yeah, like indie and AAA.
It doesn't matter how big your team is.
If you understand what players want,
And you find a creative way to deliver it,
you can be successful.
absolutely. Passion and creativity.
Yeah, that's what matters.
More than a big marketing budget.
That's inspiring.
It is, but,
Yeah.
it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Right, we've talked about some of the challenges.
Yeah, the indie apocalypse.
The pressure on AAA studios.
What else is going on?
Yeah, what other roadblocks are out there?
Well, development costs are rising.
Especially for those big AAA games.
Oh, yeah. Those budgets are huge.
Like Hollywood blockbuster money.
And that financial pressure,
Yeah,
it can stifle creativity.
it's true. Because if a game flops,
Yeah.
it can be devastating.
Billions lost.
So studios might be tempted to play it safe.
Stick with what they know.
Rely on those established franchises.
Exactly. Less risk.
But doesn't that lead to another problem?
What's that?
Homogenization.
Homogenization. Break that down for me.
Like the market becomes less diverse,
Okay.
less innovative.
Fewer new ideas.
Yeah, we get stuck in a loop of sequels and reboots.
So the fear is
Yeah.
we're going to lose that originality
Yeah, those fresh ideas.
and just get more of the same.
It's a valid concern.
It is.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
there are people pushing back against that.
Who?
The indie devs.
Oh, yeah, the indie
They're the ones taking risks.
trying new things.
Telling stories that might not get told otherwise.
They're keeping things interesting.
Absolutely. Without them,
Yeah.
the gaming world would be a lot less exciting.
Okay, so we've got the games themselves.
Yeah.
But what about how they're marketed and sold?
That's another can of worms.
Right, because our sources also talk about...
Challenges with marketing and distribution.
Okay, give me some examples. Well, advertising costs are soaring.
Especially in mobile gaming.
It's crazy expensive to get noticed.
So that puts indie devs at a disadvantage.
Big time. They don't have those massive marketing budgets.
So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Make a great game.
And then somehow get people to see it.
It sounds like a tough battle.
It is, and it means that some amazing games
Yeah.
might never find their audience.
Like they get lost in the shuffle.
Exactly. Imagine a game
Okay.
that tells a truly unique story
Yeah.
or has groundbreaking art.
But nobody knows about it.
It's heartbreaking.
So we've got these rising development costs.
Which lead to studios playing it safe.
Right. Sticking with the familiar.
Which makes it harder for new ideas to break through.
And reinforces the dominance of big franchises.
It's a vicious cycle.
It's complex.
But even with all these challenges,
Yeah,
there's still so much optimism.
there is a lot of resilience.
Yeah, people are passionate about games.
And that passion fuels creativity.
Drives innovation.
It's inspiring.
And it's not just the developers.
No.
It's the players, too.
The community.
Yeah, we're not just passive consumers anymore.
We're actively shaping the industry.
Through our choices, our feedback.
Our engagement.
It's like we're all holding the controller together.
Collectively guiding this evolution.
That's a cool way to think about it.
And we're seeing it happen.
Yeah, like online communities.
Where players share their experiences.
Give feedback.
Even contribute to development.
Through crowdfunding.
Early access.
It's a really exciting time to be a gamer.
It is. It's a transformation.
In how games are made.
Marketed, it's hard to predict what's next.
Yeah, but one thing's for sure.
What's that?
The passion and creativity of this community.
Yeah.
It's going to keep driving things forward.
Absolutely.
So we've explored the evolution of gaming.
The business side.
The challenges.
The opportunities.
But this deep dive wouldn't be complete
Right.
without talking about our role as players.
In shaping the future.
Because we're more than just consumers.
We're active participants.
Our choices matter.
Our preferences matter.
It all influences the direction the industry takes.
We're not just along for the ride.
We're holding the controller.
And we'll explore that in our final segment.
Stay tuned. We've covered so much in this deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Right, from how gaming got started.
To the business side of things.
Yeah, and all the challenges developers face.
But it always comes back to the players.
That's right. We're not just watching from the sidelines.
We're in the game.
We're shaping the future of this whole medium.
And that's what's so cool about it.
It is. It's like we're all part of this massive collaborative project.
Our choices matter.
Yeah, our preferences.
How we engage with games.
It all influences where the industry goes.
It's like we're holding the controller together.
That's a powerful thought, but it also comes with responsibility.
Definitely.
So how can we be more mindful of our impact?
How can we help create a more diverse and innovative industry?
Yeah, one that's sustainable too.
Well, I think it starts with awareness.
Awareness of what?
Of the choices we make as consumers.
Okay, so every time we buy a game,
We're casting a vote.
a vote for what?
For the kind of experiences we want to see more of.
So it's not just about following the hype.
Or going for the big budget blockbuster.
It's about being more thoughtful.
About the games we choose to support.
So like supporting indie developers.
Absolutely. Checking out new genres.
Being open to something different.
Yeah, something that might challenge us.
It's like discovering a hidden gem.
Exactly. Or that new band you've never heard of.
That becomes your favorite.
It's about embracing the full spectrum of gaming.
But our choices go beyond just buying games, right?
Oh, definitely.
How else can we participate?
Engaging with developers is huge.
Okay, so giving feedback,
Sharing your thoughts.
joining those online communities.
Yeah, let your voice be heard.
It's like a giant focus group.
But way more fun.
So it's about being constructive with our feedback.
Understanding that making games is a process.
Yeah, a collaborative one.
And that collaboration goes even deeper these days.
What do you mean?
Players are contributing directly to development now.
Oh, yeah, through crowdfunding.
Early access programs.
That's amazing.
It's like we're becoming patrons of the arts.
Yeah, supporting the creation of the games we want to see.
It speaks volumes about the passion of this community.
It's not just about entertainment anymore.
We're shaping its evolution.
So we have this collective power.
To influence the industry.
And it's important to use that power wisely.
Make mindful choices.
Support creativity and innovation.
And help ensure that gaming keeps thriving.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
It's been a journey.
what's the one thing you want our listener to take away?
The one nugget of wisdom.
To carry with them?
I think it's this. The gaming world is a reflection of ourselves.
Whoa, okay.
It's a mirror to our creativity, our ingenuity.
Our desire to connect.
Through these shared experiences.
That's beautifully put.
Are all part of this vibrant, ever-changing world.
And we have the power to shape its future.
Not just by the games we play.
But by how we engage with the community.
How we support developers.
And how we champion those values of creativity and diversity.
So next time you pick up that controller.
Or boot up your PC.
Or tap that game icon on your phone.
Remember, you're not just playing a game.
You're participating in something bigger.
You're contributing to a world of imagination.
Where anything is possible.
A world that's always evolving.
And a world that's shaped by the choices we make.
Powerful stuff.
Keep exploring.
Keep playing.
Keep those creative sparks flying.
And remember,
the future of gaming is in our hands.
That's an inspiring note to end on.
Until next time.
Happy gaming, everyone.